Living the dream.
Oh, I'm a tight swinger, mate.
And he gets to see my face every week, so I mean, how lucky is he? Absolute professionals at this. We do put it on YouTube.
I'm genuinely impressed, mate. Genuinely impressed.
Edit that. We'll cut that bit out. Happy Dadtales Day.
Happy Dadtales Day, my friend.
Season 2, episode 19.
Professional as ever.
As always.
That's what I like to see.
Trying to up the game.
Yeah.
That's normal. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Leon.
I'm Andy.
Nice to meet you.
We shake hands.
No.
Good. Should we rub feet?
Definitely not. One thing I hate, feet.
Is that we've got to find a new way to greet people, aren't we, nowadays? We can't really be shaking hands with everybody.
We have the elbow bump.
Have you ever done an elbow
Yeah.
bump? I did one once. It's the most awkward thing in the world.
I shook your elbow. I shook your elbow. I went, nice to meet you.
Did they have a full arm?
Yeah, they did.
All right. Did you check that first?
Nope. She went for it, didn't I? Yeah, we've got high fives, haven't we?
I mean, you don't want to touch hands, though, do you?
Why?
And I don't want to touch anybody's elbow either. That's weird.
Maybe sneezing into it.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Because it's just like knobbly, isn't it?
I'm so glad you ended ugly in the end of that.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, if you say so. I'd sooner shake someone's elbow or touch someone's elbow than someone's foot.
What? I'm not thinking like lay down and shake grab someone's leg and foot and shake that. Why can't we just go back to an obligatory nod? How do?
Now then, it's very northern, though, isn't it?
It's very
Now
northern.
then, sir, how is it?
Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
No, I say hi to everyone.
Hi.
To the point today, I shouted, "Oh, hiya," to this woman because I thought it was someone I knew, and then when she got close, I was like, "I don't know you, do I?" But she proper looks at me because I went, all right. And I just walked into my garden, and she was looking at me thinking, I don't know who you are, so what are you shouting at me for?
Why was she in your garden?
No, I was walking into the garden.
right.
So she was walking past the front of the house. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. And she looked at me, and I was like, I don't know who you are.
Did you not style it out? You should have just gone, lovely day, innit?
No, I just went, yeah, turned around and walked in the house.
Oh, bad times, mate.
Well, not really.
Oh, okay.
I said hi to a lady, and that's how she was. She didn't answer me. Rude.
Very rude.
Really rude.
So how's your week been?
Steady. Very boring. I say boring. We've got a project on the go, which I've started taking photos for. So that's going to become a TikTok video. Spoilers! Or watch this space. Wow. I don't know how you get down with kids to say coming soon.
I mean, I can hear people just scurrying to the edge of their seats right now.
Yeah. So Noah's project for school is to build an animal habitat.
Habitat?
Yeah, I did one for Ava about 2 years ago. Sounds about right, because that's when she was in the same year as he is. We did an underwater fish scene for Ava. It was really good.
Nice. She likes fish, doesn't she?
Yeah. Ever since someone bought her a fish for her birthday. But,
good present.
For Noah, we're doing a dinosaur habitat. Now, killed two birds with one stone here. Got loads of old dinosaur figures that we was going to take charity shop, and I was like, oh, hang on, let's get them back before they go. Charity can have the rest of them, but we don't use.
Nice. And what sort of scale are we building it on?
Shoebox.
Shoebox style, right?
Yeah. So it's not as big as I'd like. If I was doing it, it'd be a lot bigger. Because we paper mache the box today.
Nice work.
Which I absolutely love doing. I was like,
I don't think I've ever paper mached.
Well, I hadn't. I googled it. So Google let me down today, big time. So I googled it and I put, what's your paper mache? How to make paper mache PVA to water mix? And it said 1 part PVA to 2 parts water. So I was like, right, don't need to look at anything else. That's the first thing that came up. I'm having it. Mixed it. We paper mached it. I'm like, God, this is absolutely soaking wet. What's going on here?
So
got hair dryers, dry it out, and Amy was like, I told you this mix was too wet. She told me the mix was too wet when we were trying to dry it. She didn't tell me beforehand. So then she Googled it. Oh, it's actually 2 parts PVA to 1 part water. And I was like, well, either I've misread it or...
Her voice has got so much deeper.
Probably the likelihood I misread it. But anyway, so we then went back. We had to mix some more PVA to give it its stick and then re-put more PVA on top of it. But I had such good fun.
Well, that's what counts, isn't it?
Yeah, Noah got involved in that and Noah enjoyed it.
It must have been difficult for you to know how to work a hairdryer as well. When last time you picked a hairdryer up?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, a very long time ago.
The long time.
I dry Ava's hair now and then when she comes out swimming and stuff, so I do know how it works.
Yeah.
They've got like a button as well these days for like cool hair. Do you know because it gets too hot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like push the button, it just cools the air dry down. Still keeps blowing air, but it just blows cool air. And you let go of the button again.
They do get very hot, don't they?
Oh, I get really hot. I used to get to a point where I'm doing Ava's hair and I'm brushing it, and she's like, "Oh, it's like Dad, you're burning my face." I'm like, "Oh Christ!" Because you got like with her hair, you got like keep moving it around it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get that bit really dry, but then obviously take it away, and like that hair hits her face, it's absolutely red hot. It's like 30-degree burns.
Yeah, bad invention that really. But I suppose if you've got the cooling button now, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. And my mum's got this. I don't know how to talk about hair dryers. My mum's got this like Dyson one that you can put in like curlers, and like it dries your hair and curls your hair and everything. It's like it's unbelievable.
Do you ever wish you had hair still?
Not really, no. Too much upkeep in there.
That means a lot to it if you've got to have all them products.
I have a big razor and some. I don't use shave foam anymore. I use soap.
Just like a Brillo pad.
Yeah, it's good.
Scratch it all.
Easy maintenance.
Nice.
More for it. Anyway, how's your week been?
Be quiet again. Very quiet this week. I'm going to come on to my plonker of the pod later on. There's something that happened this week. But I just want to give a shout out to B&M.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a shout out or not. So, my vegetable peeler, first world problems. This could be a section of the podcast, I think, first world problems, because we've had a few of these recently. I needed a new vegetable peeler because mine broke.
I need a new vegetable peeler. Mine keeps falling out, and I'm reluctant to buy a new one. I keep pushing the blade back in. It snaps, so you put a lot of pressure on it, pings off. So I have to peel potatoes really steady, really calmly.
Right. So I went to go buy a vegetable peeler this week. Went to B&M, saw, I say one, it's in a pack of 3. What do I want 3 potato peelers for? Veggie peelers. I don't want 3.
You're not supposed.
I'm peeling one thing at a time.
Well, one breaks. Can you have another one?
Right, so it comes traditional, serrated and julienne.
Well,
I don't even know what julienne
that's
is.
why you got 3 then, because there's different cut styles, aren't there?
I don't know. Why do I need them? Why do I need a different cut
Because you want
style?
a bit arty and fancy.
No, I don't.
No, you might want to be arty and fancy. I didn't say you had to. I said you might want to be.
I just want my potatoes peeling and my carrots peeling. That's fine.
Have you ever
No. I'm 40 years old. I've only ever used one type of potato peeler. I've only ever used one side of the cheese grater. You don't go to them other sides; they're too scary.
You do.
You do not.
The really thin, fine
Have you seen
ones.
them? That really sharp side, like the really small side on a cheese grater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried grating cheese on that?
Yeah, it's like parmesan and stuff.
It's absolutely.
Imagine
How do you wash it?
Imagine doing parmesan on the big side. And you got these big, massive chunks of parmesan coming out.
Oh, I'd rather have that. You on it? Look, everybody, listen up. If you've ever used the other side of a cheese grater,
I have. I've got like mine goes. I grate mine into like a tub. Like it's got like a lid that goes in a tub, and you grate it. You take the lid off, and it's like now in a tub.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
Yeah,
but
that comes with 2 lids. Yeah, it comes with 2 lids. One that's really fine, and one that's really.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the stand-up cheese grater.
Yeah, the old-fashioned triangle one.
The cube one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got your standard cut on one side.
Yeah.
You've got like a slicer on the other side. That's weird.
So once again, that's for like cutting chips and stuff like that. So it's not just for cheese. Just because it's called a cheese grater, which I understand. It'll do.
I'll use me veggie peeler.
But you can do cucumbers. Up and down. Slice it
Just
up.
do a knife. Why does everyone have to be in a rush?
No, it's for
Right, so I'm not talking about that side. What I'm talking about is that really small, fine side and the other side.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. You get your finger anywhere near that, you're losing digits, mate.
I've used it before.
And you've got 6 fingers on each hand. Well, I've got a serrated and a julienne peeler.
I'll have your julienne then, because my grater's broken. I'll take your julienne.
I don't even know which one the julienne is.
I don't know. I'm going to say what it is, but then I might be wrong.
You see, you don't even know. And you're cultured.
Yeah, but when you cut in carrots, you do them like a julienne, don't you?
No.
Like cubed.
I don't even know what julienne is.
I think it's like cubed.
I could say it one more time. I don't know what julienne is.
Oh, you've started off grumpy. What's wrong with you? Start off as a nice shout out to them. What have we got 3 for? Nick, oh man.
It wasn't a shout out. It was I just wanted 1. Why did I have to buy 3?
Well, don't buy it from them, buy it from someone else.
Well, then that means going somewhere else and they've probably sell them in
I'll tell you
packs
what,
of 4.
was you happy with the price you paid for 1?
No.
Oh, right, I'm going to say, put
Because I couldn't get
the
one.
other 2 in the bin. Or give them to someone who needs one.
I'm gonna. You
Like
are
me.
I'm wrapping it up.
Can I have the traditional, please?
No. Mine will break in a week and I'll be wanting it back. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to come to Plonker of the Pod later on, but my week...
I tell you what has happened this week. How many people have text us in and got in contact with us this week?
We've had a few, shall we say?
A few? My phone has not stopped beeping all week because of you. So would you like to tell everyone why the phone was beeping?
Yes. So last week, my plonker of the pod was a female politician who I saw on TikTok. She'd done this massive rant. I played it on the podcast. So if you haven't heard it, go back to last week's and have a listen. And basically, she was, what's the word? She was trying to get out of being at one of these parties at Westminster, wasn't she? And she kept saying, if a tree falls in the woods, does a bear have a poo? Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it turns out it was a complete hoax.
Yeah.
She scammed me.
She did.
Absolutely scammed me. To your delight.
It was. As soon as first person takes it, I was like, huh? What are you on about? And then obviously then I Googled it. Because throughout the whole thing, when you showed it to me, I just took your word for it. You took your word. I will do, yeah. I won't say you're a liar or you don't know what you're talking about. But going forwards, I'm going to start Googling things that you say.
I would if I were you.
But yeah, non-stop have we been fooled.
Yeah, there's been a fair few. And normally, it's you that gets things wrong.
Yeah, to be fair, it is.
If people are messaging in about something we've said that we've got wrong, I mean, let's be fair, we don't know half the stuff we're saying is right. We just talk it and hopefully.
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
Hope people will pick up on it and call us out.
Hope for the best. As long as it's fairly amusing and we like it and we think it's good. Oh, we sound good.
I don't think we've ever sounded good.
You once, did you not remember your Christmas fact when you said about Father Christmas being run by Coca-Cola? And you were so excited at that fact.
That was wrong, wasn't
and then you got it wrong, yeah. Good times. So this leads us on to our topic really today, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So when have our kids ever fooled us or we fooled them or any type of tomfoolery? You got anything for us?
So mine love a bit of magic and stuff like that. And there was one that Ava did, a card trick. And I'll give her a due. She Googled and come across a card trick. But it was a mathematical question, a mathematical one. So it's about counting, and it'll always work its way to where you need to be for the card that you had. And I couldn't figure it out. I genuinely, I knew the method, I understood it, and I just couldn't get my head around how it kept working its way back around. And Ava was trying to tell me, because she could actually understand the function of the number, the equation, and the multiples of what it was that she was counting to. And for the life of me, I was like, yeah, but there's no way that can still make it there. Like, because when you finish, you count so many cards out. And that was a bit I couldn't understand. I understand if you count and you say which, because what you do is you roll the cards out, you say it's in that pile, you roll the cards out and you pick them up in a certain order, if that makes sense. But as soon as she went to finish and she just rolled all these cards out, she got to a number and I was like, but there's no way that card could always be that card down.
Did she do it more than once?
3 times.
Right, every time?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The math...
Just fluke it.
No. The mathematics is right, but I still can't figure out how it's right or what makes it right. That it's always going to be, because you say it's in that pile, you say it's in that pile, and that's about. But every time it could be the 3rd card in that pile, it could have been the 5th pile in that pile, it could have been the 8th card in that pile. But as soon as you do it 3 times through, no matter which pile it was in, you always say which pile it's in. She picks up in the order. It somehow gets itself into the order of being so many cards down deep.
It's impressive.
And like I say, I still don't get it how it works.
I think this is a good start for you to realise that your children are more intelligent than you.
Oh,
I think you need
big
to
time.
realise that now.
Big time. Other day, Ava went, I'm better at maths than Dad, aren't I? And Ava was like, no, what she said was, I teach Dad maths. And Ava was like, you don't teach Dad maths, do you? Do you know what I mean? You teach him spelling. I was like, I'll take that.
And his grammar.
Yeah.
Punctuation.
Yeah.
Manners.
English. Full stop. But yeah, so that's when I've been fooled. And even now I still can't comprehend it. My kids have fooled me. But I love what to do with tricks. I love what to do with the mystique of being fooled.
Yeah, you're a bit of a magic fan though, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's all about that, I suppose, isn't it?
But I enjoy more the mechanics of how something works. So when it comes to magic trick, I appreciate someone in front of me doing magic tricks, but all I want to do is try and work out how they're doing that or break it apart.
You can't enjoy it.
Amy absolutely hates it. So I'm watching something and everyone's enjoying the mystique behind it, but I'm thinking, I wonder what that is. How's he done that? Where's he pulled that from? And I'm constantly watching for misdirection, whereas everyone else is watching
for the magic.
And then missing misdirection. Amy absolutely hates it. When we watch anything with magic, I'm like, oh, I did this. Oh, they did that lift. Oh, I know where they got that. Go in.
Sewing them in half.
Yeah.
It's just second pair of legs in that box.
There's a woman in there. It's folded in half. I'm telling you right now.
Just stand up in the middle of a performance. I know how you do this.
I know exactly how to do that one. Try and pretend I'm like Penn and Teller. Have you seen that film where they try and work out what it is? But the thing I love about Penn and Teller is they go on there and everyone does something off-piste. Like you see a normal magician and the methods they do are just traditional old methods, whereas someone will take a method and then try and make it so elaborate that there's no way of knowing. It's their own version of the trick.
Yeah.
Which I love.
There's still the basics of it, I suppose, isn't there?
No, but yeah, the basics are there, but they've gone around the houses that much. You don't know how they've done. That's why Penn and Teller get full, because Penn and Teller know everything and anything about magic. They'll know every lift, every move, every little thing, because they've done it themselves or made a variation themselves.
Yeah.
So to fool them, you're talking, you've done something around the houses.
I think I could fool them.
Yeah, but you could.
We've not seen the old magic finger trick.
Oh my god! No, it's not good for radio.
It's not good for a podcast, is it? But for everybody that's not,
he's just taking his finger off.
Pulled my finger end off, and then attached it back on. Or what about when I take my eyeball out and put them on?
This is only working for me. Everyone else has just tuned out and said radio off now.
Eyeball in my mouth.
Brilliant.
Oh, I popped it back in. Oh, it's very clean.
Good job. Embarrassing.
Oh, good. My kids love pranks. They love trying to prank. There's always stuff around. We had a day where they were just Googling stuff and putting. In fact, what Andy's got, it's got like a whiteboard in the bedroom, like on an A board, and we had a list of pranks for Dad on one side of this board that they tried doing. There's like spider on the toilet paper and stuff like that. So when I got toilet paper, they'd drawn a spider on it, so it scared me.
I might have to tell them about the Clintham on the toilet.
Yeah, well that's it. I'm gonna, because they're here this weekend, I'm gonna see if I can prank them without them knowing. For little things. Do
the Friends one where you just chuck a body downstairs to then send it you?
No, because if they did that and I laid at bottom, they just go,
yeah, he's like, get up, I want something to eat.
Yeah, step over me. Oh, Dad's fast asleep at bottom of the stairs. Makes a change from settee.
Good times.
Yeah, love a good prank. And yeah, so I got fooled this week, big time.
You did?
Got fooled this week. But never again. I will do my research in a much higher esteemed fashion.
Well, it gives us something to talk about.
It did, you're right. It did.
Nothing's wrong with it.
No, not at all. Who's your plonker of the pod this week?
So I'm back to sport again.
Sport again?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I've been sporting for the last couple of weeks.
You're tearing these huge corporations down.
No, I've got an individuality person. Gone one person, and it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, no.
Proper spat he's done me out when he got subbed the other day. I just think he's too good for that.
For being subbed, you're right.
No, I don't think it's too good to be subbed, but I think the longevity of the season and his age and things like that, there's got to be times where you can't play it every minute. You're not a kid. There's the rotation helps. And it was a good move because he came off, Greenwood came on, Rashford came on and scored, didn't he?
No, it was brought Harry Maguire on.
Oh, I thought Greenwood.
So what happened? So basically the week before there was 2-0 up against Aston Villa. Aston Villa scored 2 late goals, equalisers. Didn't want that to happen again, so it was 2-0 up. So what they did was take a striker off and put a defender on.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Sold the game out. Yeah. You're right. I just think players at the top level, I think sometimes, because they know how much they can be seen on TV, it's quite nice to just...
Do it to be...
It's probably a statement.
Yeah, I
think as well, everything that's going on, I don't want to go on about football too much, but everything that's going on around Man United and bad things that's happening within the squad, it's just another way of going... basically saying things to the media without actually saying things to the media.
It just stank of... You mentioned one of the leaders. I mean, would you have kicked off as much if one of the youngsters were coming on? Do you know what I mean? One of like, say, like Charlie Savage or something like that was coming on.
Probably, because he's been saying that they don't train hard enough. The youngsters don't stay after training and things like that.
But he put himself on them, the pedestal of what they should be at.
Well, they should be getting up to his heights. He's won Ballon d'Or for 1 billion times and he's scored 1 billion goals and he's bloody good looking.
All right, bloody hell. No, but like I say, I just think time and a place, if you're not happy, don't hang your manager for me. Anyway, I think he's absolute plonker for it. Especially his age. I could accept that from a young 18, 19.
He's hungry. He's hungry to win. He don't want to be subbed. He wants to score lots of goals.
He's hungry to win. Then why did he go to Man United?
Ouch.
Ouch. No, but it's true in a way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like him throwing a wobbler is not going to turn the season round, is it?
No, it doesn't help the situation, does it? But again, I just think a lot of these things are played in the media
for a reason.
And that's plonkerness in itself.
Yeah.
I've got 2 plonkers for the pod this week.
2?
2. One is sort of an accumulation. Right, so I went for a walk the other day, and as I was walking round, I must have seen 3 different people talking on the phone. That's not a problem. Why, when you're walking and talking, do you need to be on FaceTime? What's the point in that? Just talk to somebody normally. Why do they need to see your face, your head right on the screen as you're walking through?
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what else I hate about people who walk and talk? When they might be on the same time, they've got them on loudspeaker.
Well, if you're on FaceTime, you're on loudspeaker, aren't you?
Yeah, but people like legitimately come on a bus and they'll put loudspeaker on. I don't want to listen to a conversation.
I do. I want to judge everything you're saying. No, you're right. I don't want to hear their conversation. I don't want to hear their rubbish music either.
I don't mind that.
But I just thought it's just stink. Well, it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's rude. I don't think it's, I don't know. Maybe am I just old? I had a grumpy session today.
Well, I think it's maybe that we're not moving with the times enough.
Well, I do FaceTime. We FaceTime, haven't we? We FaceTime this week.
Did we?
We did.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
We did. We'll come to that in a second.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so we do FaceTimes every now and again. It's just...
Time and a place, though.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have had that conversation that we had in the street, or walking, or like, do you know, in a public place. I'd have put you onto my ear.
Yeah, and I would have done the same. If I was walking, I would have just taken a phone call. I just don't know why FaceTime's such a thing. Although, again, you're right, it does have its place.
I don't know why it's a thing, it's amazing.
I know, it's good. You're right, it does have its place, because what I'm thinking, obviously, if Lexi was walking home, for instance, and it was late, I'd much rather FaceTime it than...
Well, maybe that's what that was then.
It was in the middle of the day.
Maybe they didn't feel comfortable.
Because he was walking towards me.
Yeah. Like, there's a weird guy coming. Let's go to FaceTime, yeah.
Yeah. That's possibly it.
Yeah. Nailed it.
We'll cut that out. My second one is, there was a girl in the media, this is probably a couple of weeks old now, called Molly May.
Have you fact checked it?
Right, so this isn't probably going to go the way that you think it's going to go. So Molly May is an influencer, and she came out on social media, and she said something about you've got to work hard. Everybody has the same challenges. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, which means she was basically saying everybody has the same opportunities, which we know is not the case. No. And she got a lot of abuse.
Before you defend her, rightly so. How stupid was she?
Right, so my point being is that what she said possibly wasn't great, but you go back only 2 years and it was the whole hashtag be kind. You know, there was people in the media, the most common one was Caroline Flack, who through the media got depressed and allegedly, the stories that she took her own life because she was getting this. 2 weeks after that, it was all, let's stop this trolling, hashtag be kind. This girl has come out and said something that, again, we don't know if she hasn't been misquoted in some way. You get a snippet of what she said. And what she said is partially true, but she's probably not as, we know that we don't have an opportunity that Beyonce has.
No.
But so what? She said it. Does she need all this? Because, and, we have social media. You go through TikTok and things like that, and I'm straight to the comments on a lot of things because comments are generally humorous. But man, there is some awful things that people say, and I just think hashtag be kind.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll retract my comment then because you've actually changed my mind a little bit. In the light of what you've just said about Flack and all that, you are right.
What do I gain for? I mean, we bant, don't we? So the young say. A lot.
Do we?
Yeah. And you do with your friends, and you even do with people that you're not fully au fait with. But you don't cross a line. You don't need to be to a point where you're so rude that you're upsetting people.
Yeah.
And it just gravies my boat.
I completely agree in the fact that We need to be a bit more kinder. I think she probably needs a bit more media training.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, especially for somebody that's obviously in the media a lot.
Yeah.
But what do you get? I don't know what you get from abusing somebody online.
Well, I mean,
do you sit there and go, "Yay, look at me"?
Yeah, I think it's clickbait. I genuinely think people are mean and horrible in the hope that, because if someone puts something nice, you'd read it and go, "Huh, that's a nice comment," and then end off. Whereas if someone genuinely puts something really mean, you're like, "Who's this person? What are they on about? Do you know what they get up to?" You probably click on the profile, and then you probably look at them, and then if enough people do it, then that's obviously then raising their profile. And this goes back to that comment I made quite a few weeks ago. We seem to live in such a shock world. Like, the good stories. I mean, if you watch anything with X Factor or anything, I mean, I'm going a bit behind with X Factor. Is it still on? Is that still a thing?
No, but I know what you're saying. It
used to be all like the really nice stories, didn't it? Or the really thing. And then all of a sudden we got really like attuned to that, and it became the norm. And like we wouldn't be like oh that's really good. Well, but it came to like it had to be like the most horrific, sad stories for us to go, oh, I want this person to do really well. Not the fact that they're an absolute brilliant singer. But we had to know about the backstory and all the life.
Yeah, but that sort of stuff started with like your Simon Cowells, because they started them being rude to people, just going, "You're terrible singer."
Yeah.
And everybody went, "Oh, this is brilliant, this." Yeah. You can actually say to people what you genuinely think. Well, that's all well and good to create TV, but why do we need to abuse people online?
Do you know what? It's just popped into my head. I don't know this week.
Hit us with it.
So I was at work, and I was just walking down the building, and I just happened to bump into a customer sort of thing. So we sort of like walked in tandem as we was walking to thingy. And he's asking how things are and stuff like that. And he said, "You've put a lot of weight on, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, thanks." You know what I mean? I have, and and I'm jovial enough to go, "Yeah, I have." It's not a problem sort of thing, as in like well observed type thing. But I said it to Amy, and Amy was like, "I can't believe you said that." And I said, "Well, I get this quite a bit, and I do get people who look at me, and I don't know if it's because I come from a fitness thing, and they look at me and go, 'Oh, you have put weight on,' and it's quite obvious, but they'll happily tell me." And she's like, "I'd never say that." She said, "What if you was at the end of your tether? Do you know, like, because you put weight on, you're struggling with weight, and you're end of your tether, and there could be the final straw." So I'm blatantly just goes, "You put weight on, haven't you?"
That's it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Well, I think I would completely agree. You know, it could be, you could have an illness.
Yeah.
You could have an illness and that's when you want to fire back and say, "Yeah, actually, I've got a massive growth inside me."
But if it was the other way around, I could have gone, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You would say to somebody, "Oh, you look like you've lost a bit of weight," or "You're looking well." Something along that lines. You compliment them. Why do you need to say it? Oh, would you say, "That shirt looks horrible on you"?
Does it?
No, you look beautiful today. But genuinely, you wouldn't say that to somebody straight. Yeah. I know we're in a different world if we're at work and you can't generally say that stuff to customers.
No.
But you wouldn't go into Tesco's, would you? And just say to a woman behind the counter.
No, it's same with me. Like, I know people like working, but I wouldn't walk to their place of work and then say that sort of thing to them. But
exactly,
I don't know if it's my personality where I've because this is nice lady. I've told Amy this a couple of times, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I don't know if it's my personality that I'm open and honest. Like when I'm teaching my classes and stuff, I have this running joke of like, so from like September, from like summer run up to Christmas, I'm getting my beach body. I'm getting my body ready for Christmas. If that makes sense, I'm getting my six pack. Then once that's passed, I'm ready for beach body. I never get there. Do you know what I mean? But that's my running joke. I'm always like, I need to lose some weight. And like this week, I said, "Oh, I'm carrying a bit of holiday weight." Do you know when I'm doing things? I'm resting, going
from summer.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. So I'm like, let's have a little bit of a rest. Do you know what I mean? And I joke about things because I don't know. It's my personality. If that makes sense. So maybe I've caused the openness to be that sort of way. I don't know.
So, I mean, you should really just stop wearing lycra all the time.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that person would say that to another instructor type thing.
Yeah.
And whether it is just the fact that I've opened up a door that they're comfortable. Because, like I say, he's not the only person to have said it to me.
All filters are different as well, aren't they? Everybody's got a different sized filter.
Yeah.
And some
people don't realise, yeah.
Some have struggled to find the on switch. But yeah, so my point being is just be kind. Just be kinder to people. If that's all you're going to do this week, just don't abuse people online.
Yeah,
especially us.
I'm going to say, leave us alone, please.
Especially us.
Going back to abusing online as well, I think it's a power thing, like a power trip thing.
Yeah.
Like because there's no repercussions. There needs to be more banning and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think the actual people on the platform need to do more about it as well. How?
Yeah, hugely
Not
agree.
my problem, but something needs to be done.
Hugely agree. Just before we move on to from our cliffhanger that we left last week, I've got a quick Tiny update.
Yeah.
So, very quick backstory is that I introduced Tiny, who's a member of the gym, to the podcast before Christmas, talking maybe end of November, beginning of December, something like that. He's a long distance lorry driver. It's perfect for him to just sit in cab, pass a bit of time. He must have listened to 2 or 3 episodes, and then I genuinely thought, I bet he's dropped off. I bet he stopped listening. So called him out a few weeks ago, and I haven't seen him since. And I saw him this weekend, and he said, "I've stopped listening to the podcast." And I'm like, "I know you've stopped listening to it." So he questioned why. I says, "Because I've been calling you out for the last few weeks on it." So he's trying to catch up now. I told him to get back on it. So, just so you know, we know if you stop listening.
We do.
We're coming for you.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally.
No, because I had off to Uganda. I had off to Brazil.
Yeah. Azerbaijan.
Because there wasn't UK, I can muster.
Yeah.
But I'm not leaving the island to go.
Yeah, so if you're in the UK and you was listening, you've stopped listening.
Well, more England. Ireland don't count. I'm not getting a ferry across.
Should you say Yorkshire?
Yeah. If you live in Yorkshire.
If you live in Yorkshire, you was
play?
listening, and you're not listening now, then we might possibly, probably not come
Doubt it.
But we know, just so you know.
Unless you're in our town. Then I'm going to get you.
Town, yeah. If it's me or you, start listening.
Ah.
Right, so last week we had some exciting news and we left it on a bit of a cliffhanger. And I'm still not going to say fully what it is.
Oh, I thought he was going to tell us.
No, but it's moving on.
Oh, it's moved progressed massively.
And I think...
I'm choosing my makeup and everything.
I think what happens on Wednesday, so we've got a meeting, haven't we, on Wednesday of this week. So if this comes out on Thursday, we've had the meeting yesterday, all been well. So next week, as long as it's gone well, we'll release everything next week and tell everybody. But it is big news for the dadtales podcast.
Big
news. All I'm going to say...
I don't know if I've told Amy. I might be in trouble here if I've not told
All
Amy.
I'm going to say is get on board now.
Yeah?
Get on board now with this. We're going big places. Maybe. Possibly. Possibly not too. But...
I can hear on tour.
But yeah, so if all been well, if everything goes right this week, we'll reveal what it is next week. How would you like them eggs?
Apple.
Oh, speaking of eggs, I went after work today with Lexi to get some eggs, and I walked all the way around the shop. I couldn't find them. Says to Lexi, and there was 2 assistants sort of filling fridges up. Says to Lexi, "Listen to this. Excuse me, love." Can you tell me where the eggs are? Just went, yeah, follow me. She was round here.
You lost on it.
She didn't get it.
Was Lexi laughing at least?
No, I don't think Lexi got it either.
Ah.
I did. And that's all that matters.
Millennials.
As long as
you're happy,
as long as I'm happy. Small things. We said small victories, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love a dad joke type thing. Love it.
It was one of them. I was just giggling to myself. I'm still proud of it now. I think I even said when she gave me a excellent thank you.
Oh, I know we did.
Right, let's do this all again next week.
See you next Thursday, my friend.
See you next Thursday. Keep yourself smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_, or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dadtales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.